So I'm Deja Gordon. I'm 28 years old. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and I am the founder of Deja Vu's Church Hut.
Okay. When did you decide to come to Africa?
So I decided to come to Africa, I believe it was 2011. If I'm not mistaken, I wrote a Facebook post saying that I want to go to Africa. It didn't really matter where in Africa, but I just knew I wanted to come to Africa. And I chose Ghana. Well, I didn't choose Ghana. Ghana chose me. My friend from high school, she invited me because she saw my post and she said that, and we weren't even really that cool in high school either. So I told her that I wanted to come. No, she saw my post on Facebook and she said she's going in 2013. And I told her I was coming. So she said, yeah, sure, come. I didn't make it because I didn't get my visa in time. So I ended up coming to Ghana December 2015. That was my first time in Ghana.
Okay, so nobody from your friends in the States, your family, nobody dissuaded you from coming?
No, actually, I feel like in my family, I'm the risk taker. So usually when I say I want to do something, I do it, and my family just supports me. I have a great support system back home. Even with coming here and starting a business, they were against it at first, but they know how I am, and they know once I put my mind to something, I'm going to do it. So it's not really much that they can do to tell me not to do it, because I'm going to do it.
So almost every Black American who lives in the States for a long time that I've spoken to, they say that they had a different kind of impression about Africa.
Yes.
What was yours? What impression was created for you when growing up?
So growing up as an African American in America, Africa wasn't what it was when I came here and saw it for the first time. They show us all the negatives, starving children, dirt roads, huts. They don't show us how you can come here and have a business. You can come here and own your own house. It's very different from in the States, because even though the money is, you can make a good amount of money, you never really own anything. So for me, I always wondered, why was Africa called the motherland, but they showed all the negative? It just didn't make sense to me. So I wanted to just come here and see it for myself.
So seeing it for yourself, what is your impression? What have you done to sort of clear that bad impression that you've had, and some other friends of yours still have about Ghana?
So actually, one of my friends, same age as me, she said to me, I showed her some of the houses, and she was like, wow, I'm surprised, because she thought it was all huts. Some people are still ignorant to what Africa is. So I feel like it's my duty, because I know and I'm here, to show everyone back home, this is what Africa is. This is what you can come here and do. And I feel like it's so important for us as African Americans, because this is where we belong. We belong as Black people on Africa. So like I said, I brought my family here. I brought my younger cousins here. And every single last one of them loved it. I am vlogging to show them the process and the journey of me doing a business and starting a business. And when I show them my apartment and just life, the nightlife, everyone is so amazed and so surprised. So I have so many people come in. I have like 7 of my high school friends come into Ghana. My mom been here twice. My grandparents stayed a month in January. So I'm spreading the word.
But before then, they had never visited Ghana before?
No, nobody in my family visited Ghana or Africa, period. And it wasn't in their mind to even come here, honestly. My family, we travel a lot. So I figured if we can go to Europe, if we can go to Asia, why would we go to Africa? Simply because what they show us, people steer away from coming here, because they don't see it as somewhere where you can have fun or like a great time to have vacation. But Africa is huge. And there's so many other countries here, and to me so far this was the best place I've ever been.
So beyond
out of all the places.
Beyond Ghana, where else have you been to in Africa?
I've been to only Nigeria and South Africa so far.
Oh, okay. Tell me about your job, the job you had in the US.
So, I worked for the post office, United States Postal Service, for 8 years. I started that job when I was 20.
That be home.
20 years old, yes. So I started when I was 20, and once again, I feel like because I come from a traveling family and I've been traveling since I was young, I work behind the scenes. So in a big factory, I was miserable all the time simply because I just knew this wasn't my life. Like I need to use my abilities and take advantage of what I'm blessed with to go out there and make something more of myself than going to that job every single day. And it was just horrible. I don't want to say everything bad about the job, because it allowed me to travel and it allowed me to come here. So I'm very appreciative of the opportunities that it helped me gain. But me personally, I always knew that working there wasn't going to be a forever thing. And also the mindset in that space, it was just draining for me.
If I understand what you're saying correctly, do you want to even stay in the States and invest in Ghana?
No.
You wanted to be here yourself.
Yes.
Why?
Because I didn't want to just take away from this country. I wanted to come here and put my stamp on making a difference, because this place is full of potential, and I feel like they're waiting for certain people to make a change. But it is, I personally feel like it's my duty to come here as an African American, as a black person, to come here and help with the advancement of my people. Even if I wasn't born here, we are all brothers and sisters. We are all black people. So if they can do it in Asia and they can do it in Europe, then why can't we do it here in Africa?
How much have you invested in the food truck?
So I would say a total of $13,000. $13,000.
From getting the truck.
So I built the truck here in Ghana. I didn't import it simply because I wanted to give the job to a Ghanaian. However, what I asked for wasn't really what I wanted. And there were a few issues there, but it still got done. And I loved the turnout. So
how many people are you looking at employing?
I'm thinking between 3 and 4 people.
Okay.
Yes.
And what are they going to do in the truck?
So on the truck, they will be cooking the rice, making the festival, which is this fried dough, has a sweet taste. It kind of reminds me of the
Fried what?
dough.
Dough.
Yes, it reminds me of the Ghana donut, the Ghanaian donut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I would want a guy on the outside on the grill, and then they'll also be interacting with the customers. I will have props so that you can take pictures of the truck. If you see the back of the truck, I think it's a beautiful mural. So I want my employees to interact with the customers so that they can feel like they have a relationship with us and they would want to return. Customer service is everything to me when it comes to my own business. Mm-hmm.
So the choice of the name,
yes,
right?
Mm-hmm.
How did it come about?
So Deja Vu's, apart from my name being Deja, the meaning of deja vu is a sense of feeling like I was already here. And that's the feeling that I got when I first stepped foot on Ghana, on this continent. So when I got out of the plane, I was kind of nervous simply because of what they show us in the States, and it was so many things running through my mind. But as I got off the plane and stepped out into the atmosphere, I'm like, wow, I feel okay. So I was kind of happy that I made the decision. But deja vu, simply, we have returned. We've been here before. And yeah, my name is Deja.
So why was it necessary to choose food?
Food. That was the vision that I got. That was the vision that I got to do a restaurant. So it was supposed to be a restaurant, but because of I didn't have the means to start off with a restaurant, and I wanted to start off smaller. My grandmother suggested that I do a food truck, and because food trucks are so big and successful in the States, I was like, okay, maybe I could do that here, because I didn't see any at the time, and now that I'm seeing so many, it just confirms that I'm on the right path. This is something that is new to Ghana and that is being successful here as well. The challenges that I have is the time. I feel like some people here don't appreciate time. Like they feel like, oh, I'll do it. My truck was supposed to be completed December 1st. And my grandfather had to come and make some changes on the truck in January. And as you can see, I still didn't even start yet. So just simply time. But I feel like that allowed me to also adjust with coming here. So in the States and living in New York City, everything is just rush. You fast pace, you're going. And now it's sort of like a kind of, I'm at ease and I'm okay with, if it doesn't work out this way, okay, I got to find another way. And I don't regret coming here. I feel like this is the best decision that I've made so far. I've met so many great people. I have had so many opportunities. Coming here allowed me to go to South Africa. I made a lot of friends. And also, like I was saying to you earlier, I go based off of my animal instinct. So however I feel, that's what I go with. And if I don't feel something, or if I feel a sense of discernment, then I won't go with it at all.
I was coming to ask if you secured the necessary documentation from, so in Ghana we have an authority, Food and Drugs Authority, and we
Yes.
have a standards board that deals with documentations with regards to opening up businesses, especially with food.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask if you've done all of these things, and how has the process been so far?
So I'm in the process of getting that done now. I'm expecting to officially launch next week, so it's coming sooner than later.
Okay, so if I get to you, you're done with all the documentations around it?
Yes, they're just basically for me to pick up the documentations and confirm that yes, you can do this, you can do that.
How did you get sponsorship from your family, or it was from what you've built over the 8 years you're working at the US Port of Service?
So
because you're young, 28 years.
Yes.
So $13,000 is huge.
Yes. So within the 8 years, I've been a part of like a 401k at my job. And when I came to Ghana, I made the decision like, okay, I'm going to increase the percentage that I will put into that. And then I also did a few investments on other things where it allowed, like I opened 2 other bank accounts where I would put $200 into this, $100 into that. So I basically put money into different places so that I wouldn't touch it and prepare myself to come here. Also from the help of my family, like whenever I would need something, or they just contributed, honestly. So I saved a few, and then they helped me also. They helped
have
me.
a very supportive family.
Yes.
So you staying here, don't you at a point feel
like I missed them?
Why did I leave them? Why did I leave them and come here?
Well, since I came here in October, every single month someone has came to visit me. So it hasn't been a time where enough time hasn't passed as yet for me to miss them tremendously. But my mom has, like I said, she's been here twice. My boyfriend has been here already. My grandparents stayed a month in January. My younger cousins and my aunt just left on Saturday. So we are a traveling family. Like, we travel as a group. It's 13 of us total, and we love to travel. So this for them is just like another opportunity to go somewhere. And they've been there from the first time. I have footage of that too, when my mom bought my ticket to come here the first time. It was like $1,400. That was like my Christmas gift. And my younger cousins were there, and it was like, oh, we're so excited for you. I have the video here. And so they've been supportive since day one. Me planning to come here wasn't easy because it's very hard to get the information that you would need here when you're there. Like, it's not easy to just access certain things on the internet. And then you don't know if you can trust it either. But I feel like if you have the thought and the idea to come and do something so drastically, then it's a reason why you feel the need to come here. So I suggest that you take a visit here first, and then you make some connections, you meet some people. I will also, people messaging me, I've been helping people as well. Someone asked me if I can help them find an apartment, and I'm like, that's not what I do, but I feel like it's my duty because I took the risk without having all the information. And sometimes you won't have a 100% perfect plan, but if you just have an idea of what you want to do and you know for sure what you want to do, then I just say go for it. Because sometimes we wait and we wait and we wait for it to be perfect, and it'll never be perfect.
Has there been anything in Ghana that makes you feel like I'm not so comfortable like I used to be in the States? Like power outages, like cuts of water supply. What has there been anything?
So I've experienced the light out the first time I came. So I already knew what to expect. There was one time I had a meeting and I couldn't iron my shirt. So that for me was like, wow, you don't really appreciate these things, how easy of an access you have these things back in the States, because they're just always available. But I had to go somewhere very wrinkled, and I wasn't pleased with that. But it is what it is. Like, I've accepted Ghana for what it is. And I feel like me being here and me showing people back in the States what they can do here, sooner or later they'll come here and change those things. So I have high hopes for Ghana. But yeah, that's really about it. Everything else I'm fine. Oh, the Uber drivers.
What do they do?
I've experienced about 3 or 4 times. They will come. One time I was sitting in an Uber driver in the car, and I was in a rush because I had an event to go to. And the man is on the phone, and I said, sir, can we please go, because I have an event to attend and I'm running late. And he said, oh, I'm on the phone with my big brother. I'm like, you can drive at the same time. He didn't move. I had to get out and call another Uber.
But I can understand that you're not supposed to pick a phone while you're driving, because if the police gets you, you're going to find yourself into trouble.
But as far as starting the trip, you should have never answered the call. That's my opinion.
So wait, you were in the car before he answered?
I was no, he actually called his brother. So he didn't even get the call. He called his brother. And I feel like he probably just didn't want to go that far, because I had to go to Kempinski and I was in Ogbojo.
Is it a one-off experience?
That wasn't the only experience. It was a couple of times where they'll be right in front of me and they'll cancel and just go somewhere else. So.
Okay. last one before we go. Can you just... do you think there's anything Ghana can do? You mentioned when we were talking that there's not much about Ghana or Africa out there when you want to search.
Yes.
So is there anything we can do to improve our image to the outside world?
Well, I feel like for one, the year of return has definitely done that, simply because I feel like now there's so many eyes on Ghana. So many people are coming here now. So many people want to come here now. And so many people are interested to come here and invest. So apart from that, I'm here and I feel like I'm doing that. And also maybe making it easier to come here.
How?
So the visa process in the States, the first time I came, I had to go back there like 5 different times. And you need 2 references in order to come here if you're not staying at a hotel. And then you need a yellow fever vaccine. Some people don't know that you can get the vaccine here at the airport. So that prevents them from coming. Some people think that you need plenty of shots to come here. And that's not true. So I've been telling people that as well. It's just small things to make the process easier on coming here.
Okay, so I just wanted to understand when you talk about the processes, how can the Ghanaian embassy make it easy for you guys to come here? What should they do to make it easy?
I would just say like simply the visa process, and then sometimes you go there and they have like an attitude, so they're not welcoming. And then also it's known that like African Americans feel like we are not welcomed here as well. So some people are like, oh no, I'm scared to go because I don't know how they will feel knowing that I'm not from here and I'm black. And like, sometimes they feel like we have a privilege and we're not welcomed. But I don't think that's true.
Okay, so we're done, but should you have any last words to say? For the people who are expecting deja vu.
So, Deja Vu's jerk hut is on its way. Be patient with us. You will love the food, and we will have special homemade drinks that I haven't seen here in Ghana yet. And we tested it out with a few Ghanaians and they loved it. So be on the lookout for us. And you can follow us on Instagram and social media, Deja Vu's, which is spelled DEIJHASVUS _.